We warned you. We told you not to live in a fantasy world. Oh, Trump's gone, you said. He's off Twitter. He's the former guy. Wake the hell up. Trump's back. He's running. The 2024 campaign starts today. Everything is at stake. America is on the line. We're ready to fight, ready to defeat Trump again.
Had to whine after his court case is the thing that really is so difficult to get my head around, but it is the fact is that the Trump supporters don't care. The way they see it is it's nonsense. Whatever Trump has done, he hasn't done in their mind. A lot of them are one issue. They may have one particular issue, and if Trump supports it, doesn't matter what he says or does, he supports their issues. The reason you have to understand that is because this is a person who doesn't operate under any normal situations or circumstances. And there's also a huge contradiction. Just imagine for one moment, and sorry if you get upset by this, these charges were by somebody who was a Democratic name, and Ivanka Trump or a leading Republican had been the victim. Now, it's an unfortunate comparison, but my point being is different rules will come into play. The Democrats are a little bit light on this subject in terms of, this is an opportunity, as far as I see, amongst the moderate and the wavering voters, just to really characterise what Trump is. And here's the funniest thing. That isn't even based on the facts and evidence which are being heard in court. That's based on his choice of staff. I mean, who in their right mind, seriously, if you were to get right now a cardboard box which is empty, the contents of the box would probably be a damn sight more intelligence than Alina Habba, who is a lawyer who I don't think she can even spell the word. Never mind define what it means. And she gets paid how much? I can guarantee you all of the MAGAs right now, if they had a situation which was like they either go to prison or they get a good lawyer, I do not believe they would employ Alina Habba. I just don't. You just have to understand all of this when it comes to a former guy having one big moan and whine outside on the steps. And here's the fascinating thing about all of this. Hunter Biden isn't a member of any government. Yeah, you have cable news stations that are having a nervous breakdown, literally, self-inflicted, because Hunter Biden's art collection, he sold the art collection, and apparently he knew one of the buyers. That is considered shocking and horrific news, yet you have a situation where it's a straightforward, you can see the evidence for yourself, rape allegation, assault allegation, sexual abuse allegation. The evangelicals and various people on cable news, they're all, well, that's okay because it's Trump. And he couldn't possibly have done it. Anyway, over to the whining guy. Sorry, I got it wrong. Over to the former guy who's a loser, whining.
Hello back there. How are you? Ready? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll stand a little bit closer. Do you need that closer? Okay. Thank you. See you. Whenever you're ready. Well, thank you very much. So, as you know, the First Lady's mother passed away. The funeral is tomorrow, and we would have assumed that for a trial like this, it's not an emergency in terms of timing. The judge would have been very nice and would let me go because I want to be at every trial day because I saw what happened in the first one where I was asked not to go by the lawyers. Very much they said, it's demeaning. There was no evidence. There was no anything. And so I didn't go. And I understood exactly what he meant when he said it was demeaning. There was no reason to go and you shouldn't go. And I decided on this one, same judge, he's a radical Trump hater. And I said, I will go to all days. So what happened very terribly is we asked to just delay the trial for one day so I could go to the funeral tomorrow, and then we could start Friday or Monday or any time they want. And he said, absolutely not. The trial will go on just as it is. You can go to the funeral or you can go to the trial, but you can't do both. I thought it was terrible. I thought it was terrible. So he would rather have me miss the funeral or go to the funeral and miss the trial. And that's a nasty man. He's a nasty judge. He's a Trump-hating guy. And it's obvious to everybody in the court. It's a disgrace, frankly, what's happening. It's a disgrace. Happens to be a Clinton appointment, but I'm sure that has nothing to do with it. So that's as to that. Second order of business, I'm leaving right now for New Hampshire. We're making a big speech up in New Hampshire. We just got a poll in that shows me leading by a lot. And I think we'll do there, maybe similar to what we did in Iowa. The difference is that in New Hampshire, they allow Democrats to vote for whatever reason in the Republican primary, and they also let independents vote in the Republican primary. So that is a big difference. But we have a nice journey. It's going to take place in about 5 minutes when I'm finished with you people. I'll be leaving for New Hampshire, in other words, right after this. And then as to the trial today, it was a very interesting day. As you probably noticed, it's a big story that the witness today, a person I never knew, I never had anything to do with. It's a totally rigged deal. This whole thing is rigged, election interference. But this is a person I have no idea, until this happened, obviously, I have no idea who she was, and nor could I care less. It's a rigged deal. It's a made-up, fabricated story. Well, they found out today that she got rid of a lot of evidence, as you probably noticed. She got rid of massive amounts of evidence. And in addition to that, she had a rifle or a gun, because she said she bought gun bullets or rifle bullets, and it was the opposite, I guess, of her gun. And was it licensed? No, it wasn't licensed. So I guess she's got a difficult problem. That's going to be her problem. But she has a gun or a rifle. She didn't really explain which. She might have both, because she said she bought rifle bullets. So and it's totally unlicensed. So I assume that's a problem. But the judge was protecting her. He didn't want to go there. We don't want to go there. We don't want to. If that were me, it would be a different story. But with her, the judge is totally protective of them. And frankly, anybody in that court would see it. Frankly, it's a disgrace. That's probably one of the reasons our country is going to hell. So the big take today was that she deleted and destroyed massive amounts of evidence. And we think that both trials should be thrown out, because it's ridiculous. They should be thrown out. And I, frankly, am the one that suffered damages. I should be given money, given damages. And that's where that is. And with that being said, I'm heading out to New Hampshire. Thank you very much for being back here. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Nice to see you, Paula. You take care.
So we've got some breaking news just into CNN, an update from the courtroom where the judge overseeing E. Jean Carroll's defamation case against Donald Trump has threatened to kick the former president out of the room based on his behavior. This is just coming from our team inside the courtroom. Judge Lewis Kaplan warned President Trump previously against disruptions in court as E. Jean Carroll was testifying about her sexual assault, about the damage that it caused her reputation. Trump was heard in the courtroom repeatedly saying things like, "It's not true," also saying this is a total con job. In response, Judge Kaplan stopped the proceedings and warned the former president he would kick him out.
That's right. Her lawyer was complaining to the judge about hearing him say these things, and the judge said, quote, "Mr. Trump has the right to be present here. That right can be forfeited, and it can be forfeited if he is disruptive, which what has been reported to me consists of. And if he disregards court orders, Mr. Trump, I hope I don't have to consider excluding you from the trial." Trump then, according to our observers there, threw his hands up in response. The judge said, "I understand you're probably eager for me to do that." And it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing what Trump replied with.
Yeah, the reply from Trump, apparently to the judge threatening him to kick him out of the room. Trump saying, quote, "I would love it." The judge in response saying, "I know you would. You just can't control yourself in this circumstance," apparently. The parties then left the courtroom for lunch.
That's right. Let's bring back in Misty Maris to talk a little bit about this. This is drama playing out very much in the courtroom. They have taken a break for lunch. Maybe cooler heads will prevail afterward. Maybe they won't. What do you think of this pretty extraordinary moment in court?
You know what? I thought the judge before had done the light kind of tap on the wrist, falls short of just an admonishment, as we discussed before. That's reacting in that over-the-top way is just far from decorum in the courtroom, and the judge controls the courtroom and has the ability to do what he needs to have the trial go smoothly, and so the jury isn't prejudiced. But this took it to the next level. The reporting, the excellent reporting indicates that you could hear Trump saying, this is a witch hunt, and that's obviously audible to the jury. So the antics continue here. What we've seen a lot with these cases with Trump is the courthouse steps seems to be where everything explodes and where we hear a lot of this inflammatory speak. Now we're hearing it in the courtroom from the defense table. So no surprise, just full disclosure. I've been before Judge Kaplan many, many, many times. No nonsense in that courtroom. So not surprised to see, take a break, everybody go to lunch, and guess what? If this conduct continues, you're out of here. I think that will be the next step if it continues down this path.
Misty, we've seen former President Trump get hit with gag orders before. Could you see one being placed on the former president here? Could it go beyond just him getting kicked out of the courtroom if he continues these kinds of characterizations of E. Jean Carroll?
It absolutely could. However, because that First Amendment right, we've seen the gag orders, and they're generally limited to the types of statements that would be potentially harmful or threatening to those in the courtroom. There could be something narrow like that. It wouldn't be a blanket gag order. I don't believe that would be the case, but there certainly could be some limitations outside the courtroom as well, depending on how this continues. Look, it seems that his lawyers are not able to control him. And I want to make a point, because I heard, of course, we're not in the courtroom. I wish we were to actually see this all unfold. But I did hear in the reporting that the judge said, if this continues, I'm going to kick you out. And Trump said, I love it, or I would love it. And I'm wondering, because we've seen this before with especially the civil cases, just in the civil fraud trial that we were covering a week or two ago, is this setting up some sort of appellate type argument? Kicking out of the courtroom, he has a right to be there. Is this a part of a broader strategy as far as how these are going to be attacked after the trial? The damages portion is concluded, and then it's on appeal. I don't know, but